Good afternoon, gentlemen. This video here will be of cleaning up the cylinder, getting the head good and clean, and also honing the cylinders. Basically got my rods back fitted with new wrist pin bushings, so we're good to go on that. So I'm just going to clean this cylinder up here real good with the old wire wheel, and we'll hone the cylinder. Alright, got the old cylinder clean here. Came up really nice, but you can see we got some rust pitting here in the high pressure cylinder, right in this general area right in here. Now here's the rule of thumb here, is that this is a standard piston bore right here, so what you want to do right off the bat here is just want to make sure. It's nice to have a set of inside micrometers that you could do this with, but I don't. The old school way is using feeler gauges. Simply insert the piston into the bore. I don't actually have the greatest arrangement of feeler gauges, but what I do have here is some alignment shims. So we're going to start out with a 3,000th shim here. Like I said, you don't want to go any more than 6,000ths on this. 3 is pretty dang tight. There's a 2,000. So 2 is real tight, so that means I can take out quite a bit of material here, although the cylinder looks really good. We get around to our high pressure side here. Get our high pressure piston. There's just too much shit in the cylinder right now, so I mean that almost tells me it's going to be an easy cleanup job. So I still got to clean up the piston before I put this together. It's not looking the greatest, just all a bunch of cosmetic flaws more than anything. So getting to honing the cylinder here, there's a couple different approaches to this. You could use a hone like this, which does a great job of breaking the glaze, but it'll never true the cylinder. These cylinders have a tendency to wear themselves in kind of an egg shape. So when you put brand new rings in, it's not a matter of compression, it's a matter of trying to keep the oil in the machine. Then we also have a ball hone here. Some people call it a dingleberry. I hate that phrase, but this is a ball hone. Once again, it's great to break the glaze, but you'll never true the cylinder with it. So ideally, you'd like to use what the manufacturer used when they actually bored the cylinder, which is a rigid hone or a locking hone. So I actually have, they're not Sun hones, which are the better ones. I don't actually know who makes these, but it's a locking type hone, and it goes in the cylinder like so, and as you tighten this down, you apply pressure to this. And so with some honing oil and a low speed, high torque drill, we're going to hone this cylinder. Alright, here we go. A little resistance here. Timeout. Alright, here we go again. it might be a little tight. We'll see. We'll see how that looks. Alright, got a nice little crosshatch in the cylinder here. I'm going to take my high pressure piston and we're going to find out what our clearance is here. Get 2000 shim. Maybe it's 2.5 or 3. Let's try 3. It's right at 3. So that's good to go. Now all we got to do is the low pressure side. Of course, anytime you do this, you always want to use, genuine honing oil, of course. Just kidding, cutting oil will work fine. Put a little crosshatch in here. Finish right at the bottom. See how we did here. me. A little closer view. That's what you're kind of looking for right there, that kind of finish. Crosshatch. Checking the low pressure side here, that's 3 thousandths right there. Let's see, did you give it a 4? I don't think I got a 4, I got 2 2s. Let's try a 5. And it's just real tight. So I'd say it's probably 4.5, right around there, and you're allowed 6, so we're in great shape. So all I gotta do is clean up this piston here, and we'll put some stuff together. Alright, got the cylinder all washed up, cleaned up, lubricated, ready to go. Just want to point out one thing right here. As you'll see, there's some pitting in the cylinder right here. That's way where the skirt rides. Even if it was where the rings ride, it really wouldn't matter that much. So there's no sense in trying to get rid of that. Because all you're going to do is make things look really nice and pretty. But in the long run, the cylinder is going to be looser than what you really want it to be. So you don't have to really worry too much about that. Got the pistons all cleaned up, and we're just going to assemble the new connecting rods and the new wrist pins and put the pistons in the cylinder. Alright. We'll get some lubricant in here. Fighting me a little bit, but it's all interference fit, so it doesn't really matter. Alright. Our new snap rings here. Hopefully it doesn't fight me this time. Good to go. Now just put the rings on. Alright, you got your oil control ring. You always want the two ends to meet right here where the piston pin is. Check, make sure it says top. Top goes towards the top of the piston. Try to do this without breaking the ring. There we go. This is going to go all the way opposite of this groove over here. Here. See, they mark it with a green and orange right where you can kind of see it. Next, compression ring, same thing. Little dot represents the top. These is almost small enough you can get by with probably without this little ring expander here. This one's going to go over here. And then the side sealer ring. This is the one that likes to fight you. Oops, I got it wrong. Got the wrong one there. She goes. Alright, next. This one will go without the expander. Watch, I'll break it now. There we go. Opposite of that. They are a bit of a pain. There she goes. These are the ones you gotta be careful. You keep these gaps together. Just put together just like that. Alright, I'm just gonna add just a little tiny little bit of oil here. Not a lot. The cylinder's got a little bit on it right now. Bit here down here on the skirt. Okay, now I'm going to load this piston in here, and I want to put this in with these dots opposite where I can see here. When I flip the whole thing around, I'll be able to see where these are so I don't lose track of which caps go where. So here we go. This is chamfered here, so it kind of helps you out. Definitely got an obstruction here. Let's try this again. Been a while. Definitely that second compression ring. Side sealer here doesn't want to. I hate it when that happens. Try that again. Check your groove position here. Oh, that's almost it. Right there she goes. Perfect. It just goes to show you you can't take a little bit of finesse. Alright, and then the low pressure side. See if I can kind of redeem myself here. That's the way it should go. just like that. Alright, with a couple studs of the gasket on the crankcase, I got the new insert bearings on the rods. It's just a matter of being careful putting this guy together. There we go. Alright, we'll lubricate our rod caps here. So we got brand new rod nuts. They're a nylon locking type nut. It's not a bad idea to replace them every time you take one of these guys apart. Oops. And tighten this down. Just going to go ahead and snug these down, and we'll torque them down to 45 foot-pounds of torque. Alright, with my little cheater wrench on here. Some more lubricant down here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and torque down my rod caps here. Alright, got the rod caps on and torqued down, and basically she's outside of hitting the bench, nice and tight. So next is to run it in without the head on, see if it pumps oil. Stay tuned.